Guys, it's finally here. The 5 most beloved Hell Let Loose players. A list of the most heroic, dedicated or just plain hilarious soldiers who've consistently made playing Hell Let Loose enjoyable and, dare I say, rewarding. If I missed anyone off of the list that you think deserves to be honoured, cherished, loved, let me know down in the comments. So let's get stuck into it. Starting the list off with number 5 are the comedians and morale officers. Now, to some in Hell Let Loose, they can be an acquired taste, depending on people's moods and how well the game is going, and if they're a sweaty neckbeard who calls everyone kids if they're the squad leader. No, I'm going to control myself and not dip into old habits and ripping into people. Positive vibes, come on McBluffin. Now, usually you get 1 or 2 in any game, and if you're lucky, you'll have them in your unit, and they'll keep the squad nice and cheery against overwhelming odds and make the long, soon-to-be fruitless flank entertaining. Now, time to time they can be a bit over the top or even downright unfunny, but at least they're not sucking the morale out of your squad and ruining the fun that you're meant to be having. As after all, this is a game, and if I wanted to be shouted at for not doing what I was meant to be doing and told I'm worthless and useless and not taking anything seriously, I'd just stay at work or speak to my friends, family, neighbours and strangers. Coming in at number 4 are the die-hard medics.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I didn't know how long you were going to be, like I might have died. I'm wounded again. These rare unicorns of the Hell Let Loose community, unfortunately, have a tough rap when it comes to proving their worth within the game. Some of the community can't be bothered to wait a small amount of time to be revived, and even when it is the best option available, trust me, I've heard every argument for skipping revives, don't worry. To others claiming that they have no use whatsoever and either need to be removed or heavily overhauled. Now, that is a massive discussion for another day, but the fact remains, having a dedicated medic in my squad has meant the difference between failed flanks, attempts at destroying garrisons and full-on headlong assaults that would have failed without a medic. Now, these absolute maniacs will run from across the map to revive you, risking life and limb, dodging bullets, grenades, rockets, everything. Some will be so advanced that they can seemingly revive and bandage you in front of the enemy who has just slain you, apparently creating an invisible force field to protect you both. The icing on the cake, that they love hearing you scream at the top of your lungs for a medic, just like you came from acting school looking for a part in Saving Private Ryan 2, earning it. Medic! If you're enjoying the video and you're new around these parts, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Very much appreciated. Coming in at number 3, the real squad leaders. Every now and again, you are blessed with a squad leader who can take command of the squad and have them operate effectively, but also manages to do all this without being a condescending scrotum. Too often of late, squad leaders seem to let the small amount of power go straight to their heads.
Talk when I'm talking, you got,
and decide to act like the school bully who gets given lunchline duty. Or they are apparently unable to think for themselves, and as a result, you're stuck in the middle of a firefight with no backup, solely responsible for holding back the entire enemy team, all because your squad leader had to wait for explicit instructions from the commander if he should put down a garrison. So, when you finally get a Dick Winters or a Lipton in your squad, you feel the difference in the game, the coordination, clear instructions, but never being mean or nasty and keeping the team busy even on defense when no one's attacking. The ability to think independently in the absence of command is invaluable and unfortunately pretty rare. Coming in at number 2, engineer support bros. Now we're getting into S tier player territory. Before the game's properly started, the commander hasn't even got his commander cosmetics on and deployed. These often overlooked heroes will be working together, dropping supplies and building nodes to facilitate the battle to come. Before you've even captured the first sector, 3 sets of nodes are up and they are off building the defences of your fallback position, while one dude dedicates the whole game to running the supply truck back and forth, keeping the engineer with an abundance of supplies. You've finally retreated from losing the point and are dreading the oncoming assault at the next position, only to find that it has been turned into a bloody fortress. Bunkers, barbed wire, Belgian gates, everything you need to hold off the assault. Often these players will never get noticed for their efforts, but just remember, if your commander is calling you in a heavy tank every 10 minutes and constant bombing runs over the enemy positions and garrisons dotted everywhere, thank your engineer and support players. They are the heroes we need. Before we hit the big one, if you're new around here and you're enjoying the video, please subscribe, as I have a vast catalogue of Hell Let Loose videos and many more to come. Now, the big dog, the big cheese, the grand fromage numero uno, The veterans who turn instructor/mentors. These are the players that made me fall in love with Hell Let Loose. They inspired me to be a better gamer. Not in skill, obviously, but in taking the time to help new players out. Now, I know I mock and joke about new players, but I do honestly try and help them when I can. I remember my first, maybe second game, I decided after watching a Jack Frag's video where he played in the tank with the 2 angry gamers that it would be easy and I could jump in straight away with absolutely zero knowledge. But I was young and foolish and I didn't realise the gravity of the situation. Luckily, 2 random veterans took the time to walk me through how to play the tank, giving me tips and tricks and never getting angry at me for messing up or for the fact that my mic wasn't on. And it's a memory that has stuck with me this whole time. And then we come to the first time I decided to become a squad leader and once again realised how little I knew about this game. But once again, an older gentleman with a cinematic gruff voice took the time to explain things as I asked and essentially held my shaking baby hands throughout the entire game. He was even nice enough to lie and tell me I did a pretty good job for my first time. True heroes, all of you, and we should all aspire to help our fellow nublet. There we have it, guys. The 5 most beloved Hell Let Loose players. We should all make sure we thank the players that do the jobs we don't like and keep us in the fight that little bit longer. It costs nothing to be nice and everything to not. Now if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you're new, consider subscribing as I've got lots more Hell Let Loose and other games to come. Join the Discord for discussions and memes. McBluffin signing off. I'll see you in the next one.